Hello and welcome back to Your Gay Best Friend. It is I, Dwayne, your gay best friend. It is February 16th, about 9 p.m. I hope wherever you are listening from, you are having a marvelous day. I, myself, have been having a very crazy week. 2020 has been kind of crazy for me. A lot of self discovery, revamping stuff physically in my house, mentally in my head, spiritually in my heart. I hope you guys are having an amazing 2020, and wherever 2020 brings you is much better than where you are at the end of 2019. We had just passed Valentine's Day, and I wanted to know how your Valentine's Day was. I am blown away by the love and support that I've been getting on this podcast, as well as the love and support I'm getting about this podcast from my family. I know in previous episodes I've been saying how I do not have a studio. Well, for Valentine's Day, that kind of changed. My family got together and built me a studio without me knowing. It was the most amazing, heartfelt thing. Didn't cost a whole lot of money, but it was a lot of thought and a lot of work. I have my own space now, which is amazing. And we're not talking about just moved a couple of pieces of furniture around. We are talking installed electrical outlets. We are talking soundproofing. We are talking a lot of different things that had to really go into this for me to have my own space to be able to sit down in private, not wait until very late at night when my whole house is asleep to be able to talk to you guys. That was one of the main reasons why I was unable to record frequently enough, or as frequently as I'd like to on a regular schedule, because I didn't have a space. I was working off of my dining room table, off of a laptop, using my basically using a laptop and a microphone, and always having some kind of issues because I moved my microphone so much. I had to reset it and every single time. But I digress. I am here in my new space. This space was also created so I can seriously start considering possibly continuing with a YouTube channel, something I had been thinking about for a while. For Valentine's Day, I also not only did I receive some amazing, beautiful red roses from my husband, but I also received my first subscription box through Birchbox. So I'm really excited about getting my first one, and I watch so many YouTube videos of unboxings. I'm like, I can do that. Let's see if I can. All right. Now, I've also gotten some questions about my previous episode, Should I Hire Michael? Episode number 21. If you haven't heard it, stop what you're doing. Listen to that one so you understand exactly what I'm talking about here. I have not hired Michael yet. And the reason being is I am having a hard time finding the right, shower door. I'm going to have one custom made. It is way too expensive to get one custom made at this point. I'm looking at over $1,000 for one glass door. It's a little crazy. I'm still working on it. But when I do find this door, I still am on the fence about if I should hire Michael. So keep your comments coming. All of my contact information will be in the description box below. I really need to know if I'm hiring Michael or not. I really want to, but I really feel like I'm too attached at this point. But moving forward, that was Valentine's Day. That was if I should hire Michael. Now we're going to get into the tea. I started receiving some rather heinous hate shit on social media because I asked a question. Now, somebody on one of my Instagram followers, someone I follow on Instagram, basically put up a meme, and to me, a meme is just to look at, laugh at it, find it humorous, find it offensive, find it something you don't agree with, spark up a conversation, whatever, and move on. Some memes I see, I don't understand, it doesn't relate to me, and I just keep it pushing. Some memes I do find offensive, and I just let it go. I just keep it pushing. What do you do when you see a meme that, or a post of any sort? Yeah, I am still fighting this allergy thing, by the way. Anyway, me and my coffee. It's coffee chat with your gay best friend. So here I am. I saw this meme that was this guy putting on makeup on a girl, and actually I think they were Barbie and Ken, like dolls on the bed, and it said something about Valentine's Day and, you know, how your gay best friend will always be there for you, something like that. Well, I don't know. It's like an antenna. Excuse me. It's like an antenna for me. I see the term your gay best friend, and I automatically think I own the phrase, and I'm like, ooh, what's this about? The first comment that really stuck out to me was something about, and I wish I had the receipts, guys, and I'll explain why I don't, because I am not a smart man. But the first thing that I saw that really stuck out to me was your gay best friend is such a cringy label or something to that effect. And I was like, wait. Since when? Now I'm curious. So I responded, hey, out of curiosity, why do you see your gay best friend like that being a cringy thing? And they went into this big discussion. Well, what pursued was a big discussion about how it is so anti, I can't even remember exactly. I mean, we went back and forth like 5 or 6 times about how I thought ultimately that your gay best friend was basically just a cultural thing. It's the best friend a female can have that their boyfriend wouldn't be jealous of. It's like 2 girls having a platonic friendship, but being a best friend. I relate to being a gay man, so I can say I am your gay best friend because I want to be there for you, and just like a best friend, to listen, to have a shoulder to cry on, to have ears to listen to what you're saying, to see you for you, no judgment, and having a good time. So we're going back and forth, and I explained that, and it turned into this huge ass thing that said, one of the responses was, well, now that you're like this, and it's just as bad as that's like you shitting on binary people. I'm like, whoa. First and foremost, since when are we labeling again? I missed that. I missed when that switched, because last time I remember I heard a lot of people talk about how they don't, you can't label people. Don't label people. It was a huge thing at my job, where when you're talking to somebody, don't use pronouns because you don't know how they relate. what they relate to. Are they male, female? So don't call people sir, don't call people miss. I think it's a bit far out there, personally. However, I am nothing but respectful. If I am nothing, I am respectful. How about that? Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm going to offend anyone here. That's why I'm so I feel like I'm backed into a corner and I really shouldn't give a shit, right? And the reason why I don't have these receipts are because they deleted the whole post. Right before I started recording, I'm like, oh, let me pull it up because it was there this morning. Let me pull it up and let me go through it so I can read it to you guys. Stupid me. Number one rule, get receipts, take screenshots. I'm going to be doing that from now on. But when did we go from don't label people to now there's 72 different labels? Now we've got non-binary. We have, remember when it was the LGBT community? I do. 20 something years ago, all it was LGBT. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered. Fine. Now we've added Q for queer. So it was supposed to encompass other people that didn't want to fall into that category. Okay. Now we have LGBTQIA2. 2 is in the number 2. And I shit you not, the 2 stands for Native Americans who feel as though they have 2 spiritual sexes in them. Or their outside shows one thing, but their spirit is another. They have 2 different sexualities going on. That's where the 2 comes from. It's a Native American thing. Okay. Now, where are we in society where now we're labeling everything and people get so offended? Now I understand the whole millennials getting butthurt about so many different things now. I am feeling it. I am seeing it with my own eyes. I am hearing it with my own ears. I am going through all of this, listening, and it kind of pisses me off. Buy the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Don't buy the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Whatever you do you, boo. You do you, and whatever makes you feel good, but don't hate me for it. Whatever I decide to do or not to do. If I decide to call myself your gay best friend, accept it. Don't accept it. Move it on. Move on. Keep it pushing, bitch. That's how I see it. And what I take out of all of this is 2 things. 1, take screenshots. You need your receipts. As Rich Luck says, as Nick Schneider from The Viewer's Voice says, from everybody, get your receipts. Dustin Daly, get your receipts, bitch. So, moving forward, that's what I am doing. I am fucking screenshotting everything. But, moving on from this, because it's really pissed me off. So, that's one thing. That's the first thing I've taken out of that. And the second thing I've taken out of that is something that I've seen from Sex and the City, from watching the episodes. It was when Samantha was working with her boyfriend, and who is a model, and he was feeling very frustrated because he wasn't getting enough work, he wasn't getting noticed. And it was first the gays, then the girls, and then the world. Now, I see this as looking at what has been happening to me with all the hate and all the fighting and the resistance I've been getting about my podcast and about posts that I put up. I put up a simple post when I was going to New York, about to attack New York. Let's go, people.